Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you hear my cats in the background, they're fine. They're just wrestling and kind of vocal. So, welcome back. I have tried to sit down and film this intro like so many times over the past few months. I read these books, I think back in January. And then I've changed the video so many times. So today was an attempt at reading two books that are on my 25 for 25, but unfortunately one of them I ended up DNFing, so I don't have a lot of content on the book or my thoughts, so I kind of have to do it in a backwards way and intro the video and tell you my thoughts on the book, and then we can get into the book that I actually read. I read Bunny and God of the Woods. I was so excited for these two books, and I did end up finishing Bunny, and you'll see my thoughts throughout that whole process. But God of the Woods, I was highly anticipating it. I know some people had said that it reads more literary, but that didn't scare me because I like a literary psychological thriller. I don't mind a lot of like descriptive scenery, but I don't know if it was just the setting or the narrators, but I just could not get interested. The camp setting might have thrown me off a little bit. It's just not something that I'm normally interested in. And then I think that the plot was just not moving forward fast enough for me to get involved when I didn't really like any of the characters and I didn't like necessarily the writing. It wasn't that I wasn't intrigued about what happened, but it was that I just kind of wanted to skip to the end and like find out what happened rather than go along for the ride. So yeah, I ended up DNFing it. It's not that I might never return to it. I was listening to it on audio too, and if I'm not into an audiobook, that's a pretty good indicator that I'm not gonna want to finish it, because it's easy to just let the narrator talk like to you, and it's like not much effort, and I still didn't want to put that effort in. So yeah, I kind of just want to, I never did, but I kind of just want to look up a summary of what happens in the book because I'm interested in finding out, but I just don't care enough to read it all the way through. But I'm sad because it seems like a kind of book that I would like. I think it was just the setting and the narrator's voice. It also has multiple characters, but I just didn't care about any of them. I wasn't invested in what they had to say or their lives, and it was a lot of backstory on their lives as well that I just didn't care about. So yeah, I feel like if a book is going to, I feel like it got stuck between this like mystery and then also like wanting to give like in-depth character analysis, but there were too many characters and too many like perspectives you were reading from that I got a little bit lost because you couldn't like focus on one character and like build their story behind it, that you were just switching rapidly through like a bunch of different characters, so you never really got invested in one person's story, but they still wanted to give you the backstory, and I just didn't care. But yeah, so hopefully that is a little bit of an explanation why I DNF'd God of the Woods, but I will insert the Bunny clips here and you'll get to see my thoughts. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you at the end of the video. Hi guys, you are back in my bathroom cabinet. I'm just putting some lotion on because the winter is literally so dry. I want to update you because I am, I think, 76 pages into Bunny, and normally when I read on my Kindle, I like read much faster, which I am, but I really wish I had the physical copy just because the cover is like, I feel like the cover being pink would motivate me to read it. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, that like seeing the cover like makes you want to pick it up and read it. But anyway, I'm 76% of the way through. It's definitely weird, like, but I don't know if the weirdness is coming later. Like, I'm guessing it's just going to continue to get weirder and weirder, or that people have hyped it up to be so weird that I was just expecting something like really dramatic. So far, it's like slow burn weird, and the way it's written is just kind of almost stream of consciousness, and it's very like disorienting the way it's written, which is like on purpose, because you can kind of tell that the narrator is like descending into madness almost, but like she doesn't really understand what's going on, and she's like still living her day-to-day life, but then like weird things are starting to happen. But even from the very beginning, her like narration voice was disorienting, so it puts you in a weird vibe from the beginning. But I'm really enjoying it. I really love the descriptions and the word choice, and just the like, even when it's not trying to be creepy and weird, it is. Like, even when weird stuff isn't necessarily happening, the way that the narrator describes the very normal scenes that she's seeing, like it'll be like just like someone walking down the road, and the way that she describes it is like so eerie and weird that you are kind of put in that headspace like from the very beginning, like I said. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, but I'm not sure when it's gonna get like weird because I've just heard everyone talk about how it's like one of the weirdest books they've ever read. So I don't know if it's the hype or just that it's gonna happen later on, but I will keep you updated probably about like the 150 page mark, because that'll be about halfway, and then I'll update you towards the end. But yeah. Okay guys, I'm 156 pages in, and right after my last update, I know I said that it wasn't weird. It took such a turn, and it got so weird, and I kind of want to save like all my general feelings till like I finish the book, so I can kind of wrap up and like fully tell you how I feel. But there was one moment where in the book the lights are flicking on and off, and it was like late at night for me. I was reading that. It wasn't like that scary, but it was kind of like eerie, creepy. And then I go into my bathroom, and I'm in the bathroom, and then the lights flicker on and off, and I was like, oh my god, not today. Like, I felt like I was living in this book. So that just added like another creepy like element to my experience reading this book. But so far, it's definitely weird. Like, I don't think I could recommend this to a lot of people, and I'm really liking it. But it's one of those books, like, I know it's really widely liked and loved by a lot of people because it's so like weird and different and unique. I need to find better words than just weird to describe it. But I know that it's loved by a lot of people, but it's not a book that you can recommend to just like a wide variety of people. It's kind of like you have to give a million like warnings before you read this book. Not because there's like a lot of trigger warnings. There are some trigger warnings, but because it's like not for everyone. Like, not everyone's gonna enjoy the writing style because it switches like a lot, depending on the state of mind of the narrator and the other characters, and someone might be lost by that or not enjoy that. And there's definitely a plot but it's just heavy on the like scenic descriptions of whatever's happening, and not even like describing the scene, but like almost describing the feeling of the scene. And I think that some people might not enjoy that because like she's using a lot of words to describe feelings and like an atmosphere of the, like, let's say like the room. Like she's using kind of metaphors and stuff to describe how you're supposed to feel. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting lost. Like this is literally how reading the book is like. It's like so confusing, it's even hard to describe. I am back. I'm just doing my makeup because I'm going out tonight with my friends, and I thought I'd talk to you about Bunny while I get ready, because I finished it like 2 days ago, but I haven't really had the chance to sit down and talk about it. And I wanted to gather my thoughts because what the hell did I just read? I literally had to write down my thoughts for this book. Well, some of it, because so much happened, but nothing happened at the same time. Like, first of all, let's just answer the question, like, is it weird? Yes. But this is with the caveat that, like, I have never read a book like this. I don't read a lot of, or I haven't read a lot of like psychological horror or body horror. And it's hard to call this horror because like when I traditionally think of horror, it's like, you know, ghosts and stuff like that, or paranormal, but it's not like that at all. It's not really like scary. It's more just like creepy and gross, and leaves you like with kind of like a kind of feeling, which sounds weird, but like I enjoyed, because I really enjoy when books make me like feel different things. I like when books do different things for me. I don't read just to like enjoy the plot and like feel good. I don't even just read for like escapism. Like I read for lots of different reasons. And so I appreciate books that make you feel things even if they are bad or like weird feelings, or they just, sorry, I'm like having to find good lighting. It's like dark outside, so I don't have good lighting right now. When they make you, just when they make you feel things and invoke conversations. But I will say, like, it was absolutely weird to me. It's not a book that I feel like I can widely recommend, but it's also a book that's widely liked by a lot of people. So if you are interested in stepping your toe into books where there's kind of not a lot of boundaries drawn on like what is said, and you're okay with like an uncomfortable feeling, then I would definitely check this book out. I think you'll either love it or hate it. I think that's also why people say this book is so weird, is because it's written like purposely weird. I really need to find another word. It's written purposely confusing and kind of to make the reader lost and confused, because that's the state of mind of the narrator. So I think people, even in scenes where like nothing weird is happening, like I think I talked about this in the beginning a little bit, like it feels weird because you're reading sentences that almost like don't make sense, even though they ultimately do. And this is another reason why it's so hard to review and like tell you about this book, is because like I don't even know what I read. Like I feel confused. The whole book is set up to make you feel lost and confused and like in a daze, and almost like you were drugged, and like very like Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes. So you're like, it's set up to feel like a trip almost. So I can't even describe to you like what even happened. You just have to read the book and go on that same trip. But yeah, I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I really want the physical copy because I love the cover, and I want to just highlight a bunch of things in there and write in the book. I do want to reread it. I don't reread books a lot, but there are a few books where I definitely could reread this, and I think that this is one of them. There are a lot of good quotes. The way that she just describes things, like she never is just like, oh, they hugged. She's like, they were crushing their bodies together, like, and then giving like really weird descriptions of like their bodies and how they were like mashing together, and like I just found that like really compelling. So I also just started God of the Woods, and I don't have much to say about it so far because I think I'm like 20 pages in, but I will update you when I am further along in the book. I am back just to conclude the video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you didn't get annoyed at me saying weird like 100 times. But yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.